What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm back again in Sunset Park. I made a video in this neighborhood like a couple of years ago, and it did pretty well, even though the quality was not the best. But this is a really unique neighborhood right here in Brooklyn, New York, because it's pretty diverse. It's like one side of the neighborhood is mostly Latino, but then if you go to another side by 8th Avenue, it's mostly Asian, and they have like a Chinatown over here. So we're gonna be walking around some of the main avenues. This is 4th Avenue, but I'm gonna do a detour in some of the regular streets to show you the architecture that we got going on. Merge into 5th Avenue to show you the business that's happening. Then make it to the park, and then make it all the way to 8th Avenue to end up by Chinatown and show you what this neighborhood has to offer. So without further ado, join me. So this is 4th Avenue, not much going on over here, it's quieter. But if you go to 5th Avenue, that goes all the way to Bay Ridge, and you'll see a lot going on. Also passes by Park Slope, so a lot of neighborhood, they be merging around here, you know, to connect together. But yeah, I think this is a super underrated neighborhood in Brooklyn, and it's served by the R train. Served by the R train, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a block or two. Then I'm gonna merge left and show you some of the regular streets. So this part that I'm recording at Sunset Park, mostly Hispanic, you know, from all kinds. Back in the days, it used to be like a heavy Puerto Rican neighborhood community over here, but little by little it changed, and people from other regions like South America, Central America, that came over here. But it still makes the neighborhood unique. I also heard they got some really good taco joints over here. I've seen them in a couple of videos around YouTube, but yeah. But I think 54th Street is ahead of me, so I'm gonna merge because I think we got some pretty interesting architecture ahead of me that I wanna show you guys. And then over here you see what I'm talking about. The bad thing is that it's winter, so you're not gonna see the trees, but this apartment complex, they look pretty beautiful. And that's one thing you're gonna see all over Brooklyn, so let me just cross the street and show you. And in the fall season, it's even better because you get the view of the entire street. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting neighborhood. Also, another unusual thing that's happening right now is it's late January heading into February, and it's like mid 50-degree weather compared to a couple of days ago where it was 20-something degrees. But with the wind chill, it felt like 5 or 7 degrees, but super warm today. I feel like I'm a little bit overdressed. But I'm not complaining, so it's perfect for me to film. Just want to show you, look at this beautiful street. Wow. It's not brownstones, but it's still pretty interesting to look at. You can see what's going on over here. And then in some of the apartments, they're selling it, or it says apartment for rent. And then another cool thing about Sunset Park is you can do a lot of cardio because a lot of the streets are heading up the hill. And it'll get more interesting when I make it to the main park that connects like the Chinese side of the neighborhood with the Latino side. And that's where all types of ethnicities, they collide and they chill in the park, which you guys are gonna see in a bit. I don't hang out in this neighborhood pretty often, but in this neighborhood deserves more credit. This is a cool street, but now we're gonna make it to the main avenue, which is 5th Avenue. There should be like a lot of restaurants, shops. You know, I haven't been here in a minute, but really cool to see what's happening over here. So let's check it out. And this over here is 5th Avenue, and as you can see, a lot of shops. Actually, in the corner, I see a Puerto Rican flag where I'm from. But yeah, this is I guess it's like the shopping district of Sunset Park, and I see people from all ethnicities walking around here. So this is really good, and a lot of activity happening. You know. You get like dollar stores, you know, like a lot of restaurants. And like I said, this goes all the way to Park Slope, and then on the other side it goes all the way to Bay Ridge. I can definitely tell that it's been a long time since I've been here, because the last time I've been here, I don't remember seeing vendors in the sidewalks over here. But like I said, I don't really hang out here pretty often. But so far, you know, it's a pretty interesting neighborhood. Then they got a chain restaurant in the corner. And then if you walk around, you'll see a couple of street vendors too, selling the products. And then if you detour in some of the regular streets, you just get like a quiet residential area. That's one thing that I like about New York City, that even if you go to the main street where it's busy and crowded, if you do a detour in some of the regular streets, it gets pretty nice and quiet, like over here. Got some woman over there. I think they're making like tortillas or tacos, not sure, but I passed by and it smells pretty good. But yeah, pretty interesting what we got over here, you know. Also another cool thing, you'll see like a lot of food trucks. There's another one right across the street. But yeah, let me just walk a little bit ahead. Then over here looks like it's more interesting. I see like a market ahead of me. So maybe it'll be cooler if I cross the street, but I want to get like a couple of B-rolls. I was gonna go straight, but I'm crossing the street because I want to show you something pretty interesting, especially that I'm from Puerto Rico, so I want to show you this mural that's ahead of me. So now I can cross the street, and this is what you got right here. You got the bomba and the plana. This is like the Afro roots of Puerto Rico right here, so this is actually dope. And there's actually a Puerto Rican flag, so I guess it's still around here, you know. There's still a Puerto Rican community living around here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so far, really vibrant neighborhood. And I gotta tell you, there's tons of neighborhoods around New York City and specifically Brooklyn. And the funny thing is that we haven't even seen much of this neighborhood yet. Wait until I make it to the other side by 8th Avenue and you can see how this really changes. Pretty crazy. It's gonna be like a different vibe. But so far, you know, 5th Avenue, a lot of stores, and some points, it resembles a little bit of Bushwick. But obviously it's Brooklyn, you know, a lot of neighborhoods, they look alike over here. Then we got supermarkets, we got, you know, phone shops, accessories, anything that you need. We have it around here, so I want to see if I can do like a detour in some of the streets and show you what else is happening. So like I said, this neighborhood is really good for doing cardio because the way how it has a lot of hills, but once you do a detour, this is what you get. Like, you know, nice apartment complex. Most of the buildings are like 2-3 stories tall, so they're not really, you know, that high like you will see in any other neighborhood. But yeah, this is some of the residential streets that you get in Sunset Park. But yeah, let's go hit back 5th Avenue and make it to the actual park. That's gonna be pretty interesting because another cool thing is it has a hill, and once you go on top, you're gonna get some nice views of Manhattan skyline. So maybe I'll make that my thumbnail, just like I did with the first time I came to Sunset Park to make a video. So, but yeah, it's a neighborhood that has a lot to offer. Little by little, it's changing. And I'm excited to see what's happening in the other side. It's gonna be another face of this beautiful neighborhood. As you can see, the neighborhood keeps going. As I noticed, a lot of Salvadorian restaurants, Mexicans, Colombian joints, so like different type of Latin cuisine. I was walking by, I'm a little bit hungry, so I think I should get something to hold me up. And I could have just passing by that Colombian joint. I got some 2 empanadas, Colombian style. So I'm gonna make it to the park and find a spot where I can stand this camera and give it a try to some of these empanadas. So I ordered one of each, one of chicken and one of beef. So excited to see how this tastes. This is the park that I say is really awesome right here, Sunset Park. And you're gonna get some nice views once you get on the top. But before we explore the park, we're gonna take a little bit of a break and try these 2 little beautiful Colombian beefs that I got in the backpack. So I'm gonna see where can I stand my camera. I didn't buy a tripod, but this camera can stand somehow. So I'll figure out where, give it a taste, and then we continue exploring the neighborhood of Sunset Park. You can see this neighborhood goes up the hill. And then over that way, you can see part of downtown Brooklyn. And I know if I go a little bit higher, you're gonna get the view of Manhattan skyline. So over here, it's like you can get a selfie with this. Woo. But I think if I go a little bit higher, it gets better. Wow. You really do some really good exercise right here in this amazing neighborhood. Yeah, but the views will get even nicer right ahead of me. So I'll show you. I'm getting really distracted, but it's just, with all this view that you get over here of the city and a beautiful park, you know, this neighborhood, like I said, is so unique. You got a little bit of peace and quiet, so I'm gonna give you a 360 view. It'll be better when it's sunny, you know, in the summertime. You'll see this with a lot of people over here. And that's Manhattan right there, which is a cool spot. Do a little pause. I think ahead of me, I found a spot where I could do a pause and test out the empanadas before they get cold. I guess I'm supposed to be eating this joint, but getting distracted with the park that we got around here. That's beautiful. But then this is what we got, you know, it's like you end up in a place like this in the middle of a crazy neighborhood. But that's the beauty about New York, the diversity and everything that it offers. And I know where there's a playground, a couple of things to do. There's even a gym. I don't know if it's still there because it's been a minute since I've been in this park. I got the empanadas here and they came with a sauce, but not the type of sauce I'm used to. I don't know if this is a spicy one, but let's give it a try. I don't know if this is the chicken one or the beef one, but the way how they make it is really different than the one that we have in Puerto Rico. This one's made out of corn, but let's dig in. So it seems like the one I'm eating is made out of chicken, so. It's really good though. Gotta keep an eye because I got a squirrel right here next to me, so hopefully he don't attack me, but I'm trying to shoot this one. But this one I'm gonna try is the beef one. Very good. So I'm gonna assume this is the beef one. As little as it looks like, I gotta tell you, these little things are pretty heavy, so let me try it right now. Wow, it's really good. It's really good and it has like a really nice flavor, you know. Let me get deep into where the meat is. Wow. So it has potatoes and it has meat. And I bought 2 of this and it only cost me $5, so that's not bad actually. I think it's a really good price. I have a feeling this thing is gonna fill me up. But wow, it's very good. I finished up the 2 empanadas and I'm ready to keep exploring and walking around the park. And there's a lot happening around here in this park, you know. As you can see, a couple of recreational activities around here. They got a playground on the other side, got like a playground behind me, a couple of cool spots, and it's really beautiful what's happening around here. And I get surrounded, you know, by the regular neighborhood. But yeah, let's keep walking around here to show you what else is going on. And people can bring and walk their dogs, you know, during the spring season or whenever the weather's nice. Like it's winter, but today is warm. I think this is a really cool park to chill. Pretty local, you know. But yeah, I really love this neighborhood. Gotta tell you, on the other side there is some pretty nice views going, and there's actually a basketball court over here. So yeah, it's a really cool park, and then they got this over here ahead of me that is actually pretty nice. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things to see. We'll be turning heads, so showing you a little bit more, and we're gonna make it to 8th Avenue where Chinatown starts right here in Sunset Park. But yeah, tell you, pretty interesting, this area over here. So now I'm just gonna make it out to the streets. And I think 7th Avenue is over here, but if I do a block down, it's 8th Avenue, so I'm just gonna hit the streets right here in Sunset Park. And I'm gonna show you another side of this cool neighborhood right here. So now I'm out here walking towards 8th Avenue, which is AKA the Chinatown. I think if you go like more towards 50th Street and above, that's where you're gonna see it pretty busy, and it's super, super local, you know. It doesn't really get much footage around here, but I think it's totally worth to explore. Just like you do in any other neighborhood in New York, when you do a detour, pretty much, you know, residential areas, you know, beautiful apartment complex architecture. But then the action is gonna happen within a block down. Now here's 8th Avenue, and this is where they call it like Chinatown region. So with this region, there's not much going on over these blocks, but if I go a couple of blocks down, that's where you're gonna see it more busy. I wonder if this one's gonna be busy like it was in 5th Avenue, but we're gonna find out. Even over here, you see a couple of shops, you know, selling the products and stuff, you know, mostly Chinese stuff. Also a couple of pastry shops. They also got like a sneaker store right here, which is really cool. But yeah, like I said in the past, I prefer this Chinatown better than the one in Manhattan, because it feels like it's pretty much more authentic. So, you know, I like this one, and I like Flushing and Queens. But let's make it a couple of blocks down where it gets busier, and I'll turn the camera on to show you what's going on. Like I said before, you can see how different it starts turning around here. Like it feels like you enter a whole nother neighborhood. There's only a couple of blocks down from where I started by 5th Avenue, and then it's gonna get even more interesting when I keep walking deep down. So little by little, it's taking shape, the neighborhood right here. Also from a distance, you can see the Verrazano Bridge all the way that goes from Bay Ridge to Staten Island. One cool thing about this neighborhood, if you go around the corner, they got also like markets, like this one over here to my right, which is pretty cool. And then there's another market in the corner too. Then in this other corner, and then the section right ahead of me, there's another market too. So this is something pretty interesting. And it feels, you know, super, super authentic and local. And it keeps going. Look at it, pretty interesting. More stuff over here. You could get distracted looking around and probably be tempted to buy some products around here. And I'm pretty sure they have like a pretty decent price. They also got like nail salons like this one over here. Beauty salons, you know. And this is typical in any Chinatown that you explore. They got like the ducks over here in the display. And the food, that's really cool. They also got boba tea shops. And I think the more ahead I go, the busier it gets during the mid 50th Street. This is where it's gonna be, get pretty interesting, which I'll show you ahead. See the pile of people walking around here. Whoop. This must be like a really cool market to have this amount of people shopping in here. And then there's more across the street, so you can easily get distracted an entire day exploring this neighborhood. With this region where it's gonna get pretty intense. But this is what you want when you explore like a Chinatown, the market. This is like a fish market right here. See everybody there getting their fresh products. Wow. Fish. And they got a store right here. Wow, looks like some really good quality products right here. So, there's a street vendor over this way. Yeah, this is way better in the Chinatown in Manhattan. They're selling for Chinese New Year. And the thing about it, the street is tight and it gets crowded over here. But like I say, this is a really cool, vibrant neighborhood. And you can see how super different it is from where I started the video. And there's more, so I think like 1 or 2 more blocks. And then it should be kind of like the ending of it. That was 8th Avenue, the Chinatown of Sunset Park, which is a really cool, vibrant street right there. And you can see how busy it was and how different it is from 5th Avenue. So I covered pretty much a lot of the neighborhood, but now I think I got another journey. I'm gonna walk all the way to around 36th Street and show you like the new development. Well, not new, it's been open for a couple of years, but another area called Industrial City, which is one of the latest developments that pop up in Sunset Park. And it used to be like some warehouses, but they turned it kind of like a mixture of shopping center with a lot of restaurants. They also got a Japanese, kind of like a Japan market inside. And in the summertime, they got areas where they put like music and stuff, and a lot of people, they enjoy themselves. So I'm probably gonna go head out towards that way and turn off the camera, and I'll show you guys what's happening over there, and then we're gonna wrap up the video. It's about to get dark outside pretty soon, but like in a couple of blocks, I should be approaching Industrial City. And that's where they do the Brooklyn night market in the summer times, like every 2 Mondays, I think, or every Monday of the month. But yeah, we're gonna walk around a little bit to see what's happening around there. And then we call it a night for today. So the bridge and over there, that's Industrial City right there with the lights. And this is where they do the market over here, over this area. So, you know, a pretty cool spot. So it looks pretty different without the crowds and stuff, but this is the area over here without the people. And it seems that they got like a restaurant over here. So you gotta keep an eye where you walk. But yeah, this is kind of like a mixture of development. Like I say, it used to be a warehouse and they develop it like into a shopping district. They got restaurants, you know, a couple of spots, you know. So I think it's really cool over here. So this is like the ending of either the ending or like the beginning of Sunset Park. It is literally like by 36th Street. You can see what I'm talking about right here. It's pretty cool. Then you got a label here. So I guess you could go inside and walk around and connect with the other side. You know, it's like a couple of buildings are connected with each other together. But I'm probably gonna sneak by one of these areas to show you what's happening. This is one of the areas over here. You can see the lights are turning on. And it seems like they're trying to develop stuff in here. Not sure what's gonna happen during the summer. This is a really cool spot. I would show you guys what's happening inside, but they got like music playing. So you can see, you know, they got tons of restaurant options. Then they got an area over here where you can sit down and have your food or have a drink, I guess. But yeah, this is a really cool spot right here in this Industry City. And I guess you can bring your pets. It's pets friendly. And this is really dope over here. Like I said, I heard also like in the winter time, they have like salsa events, you know, music events. Not sure if it might happen up here because you see how they have the lights decorated like a disco. But yeah, this is really dope over here, the arts and all of that. So yeah, I think it's over this area, but this is really cool. Wow, I have an idea what I'm talking about. They got a couple of hallways with music in it, but they got restaurants and food, all types of food that you're craving for. They have it over here, like an Indian joint right here. But so the little trick is walk through this hallway, and that way it connects you through the whole alleyway of the malls, you know, so you can see what's going on. Like I said, you connect through that door, and you go to the other side, and you see what's happening in every corner over here. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of reminds me of Cebu IT Park, where they had the market area. They have like outdoor areas like this. Also reminds me a little bit of some parts of BGC and Taguig, Manila in the Philippines. Like a little bit similar, you know, but a little bit of the Brooklyn version right here, so it's really cool. So I'm just gonna head into the other side and see what's going on. This is another connection right here, you know, they got like a wine store, I guess. Then not sure what's happening over here. But then you exit over here to like another concourse. So you just gotta push it. And this one here is pretty cool because it got like the cobblestones. So it's pretty good. So it's pretty cool what they did with this area. That used to be like all warehouse productions, and they turn it, you know, into something that could be usable during the summertime or all year round. You know, they got like restaurants and stuff. But it's pretty quiet, you know. A lot of people, they don't venture here like they venture in other markets. But this is a really cool spot to explore right here in Sunset Park. I made it to this other area, and this is actually probably the nicest area of this park. Wow. I'm gonna show you what's happening ahead of me. So we got this area over here, which is really cool with the lights. Wow, this is actually dope. It's crazy because I don't really hang out here pretty often, but this is just amazing. Wow. Perfect for some B-rolls. So, I think I already explored enough of Sunset Park. I tried to cover as much as I could. And I ended right here in Industry City. And this is like the Japanese buildings right here. But it's not really like much variety. It's just like a little tiny spot. They do got like a supermarket inside, and I'm right by the highway. But I'm gonna wrap up the video over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.